I live here.
But this is...
Fenwick, the Duchy of Grand Fenwick. Our sovereign is the Duchess Gloriana as well.
Come on! We're real lost! We're in that car this morning in Nice, which is in France. We left the car to do a little bird watching.
Then you found the right place. I've read a book about our birds. Perhaps you've heard of it? Migratory Birds of Grand Fenwick.
I've never heard of Fenwick.
You're in Fenwick. Well, this is our national forest. I'm the chief ranger, Tully Bascom.
Please, which way is the road?
Well, wouldn't you like to see our national forest? Well, it has a variety of trees. Nice little birds. A waterfall 20 feet tall. And a haunted oak where a mad huntsman's supposed to have hanged himself.
So does the part of New York, Illinois. Oh, we have hardly time for the major sites.
Oh, I can take you on a quick tour. Don't pass up the country just because it's small.
How small?
5 miles long by 3 miles wide.
I suppose that's one of these tax haven places.
Grand Fenwick was founded by a roving band of English bowmen before the discovery of America.
And that's very interesting, but we really...
The founder of our country, Sir Roger Fenwick, came to France with Edward III and stayed on to form a free company of his own, with which he won his duchy. Our flag was first raised in the year 1370.
What does your flag look like?
A double-headed eagle. Out of one beacon saying yay, out of the other, nay.
But why would the King of France?
Charles Wise.
Why would he let Fenwick get away with it?
Twice Charles sent expeditions and twice they were repulsed, thanks to the power of the English longbow.
But after that?
Sir Roger had the distinct opportunity to establish his colony in an extraordinary location. And as a result...
What's so extraordinary about it?
No coal, no iron, no oil, no harbors or waterways.
Oh, no wonder you're left alone.
Well, wouldn't you like to hear about some of our native birds?
How can a nation 5 miles by 3 claim native birds?
How can your village of Baltimore claim an oriole? The only being who can pass on the nationality of a bird is the bird.
Okay, you got birds. Anything else?
An unusual wine with an exquisite bouquet. It's our only export. Pinot Grand Fenwick.
We gotta get back to the car. Day or day?
That way, just follow the road.
Sorry we don't have time for your country, too. Yeah.
We also have an unusually small type of fuel.
Goodbye, if you're ever Peoria.
Go ahead. Give them a scare.
Tully Bascom!
Over here. The one time I asked you.
Tully,
Yeah.
you went to that castle.
Me?
There's an emergency meeting at the Privy Council. Papa Gloriana.
But why would they want me?
It really must be an emergency.
When your sovereign's a 22-year-old girl, you never know what to expect. I used to see her a lot. Now it takes an emergency.
Tully, if the meeting should be about wine production, could you send the work combined methods? This train beyond Grace. It's so hard to get up. I go around purple feet.
Well, it must be an emergency. Let's go.
We appreciate your concern. Since the market for our wine has been stolen by a cheap imitation being manufactured in California, we no longer have enough foreign exchange to pay for the imported necessities. We recognize David Ventura Esquire.
I say, add water to the fermentation vats, lower our prices, and try to compete with America.
Still, Oceanus! My lady, those who would add water to Pinot Grand Fenwick would debase any work of art. They put the Da Vinci portrait of Gloriana VI on a postage stamp and use the words of our immortal bard Horace Benfield to sell truffles. No, there's a better way to raise funds.
Which is,
What every country does, get it from America.
America won't even answer our protests.
Instead of demanding justice, let's simply try asking for money.
I don't think it's so easy getting money from America anymore.
Just wait till you hear my scheme.
It's not enough these days just to
We'll
say
say
you're
we're
threatened by
subversives.
subversives. Uncle.
Maoists, right-wing extremists, communists, students.
Students?
That's your plan?
Well, we'll set up a real party, stage demonstrations, appeal publicly to China or Rhodesia.
I don't like it. Say by some wild chance they do take over,
I've solved that problem too. For leader of this temporary movement, I picked a simple-minded, non-political backwoodsman.
You're certain he'd be safe?
Well, I've sent for him, and your majesty may judge so for herself.
Your Highness, Tully Bascom is outside claiming to have been summoned to this meeting.
Tully Bascom.
That's our man. His main interest is birds.
I know. When my father was still alive, I used to climb trees in the National Forest. I even built a birdhouse for some swallows once.
If you don't think he's the right man for the job.
Oh, he's the right man.
Tully Bascom.
Hi, Glory. Your Highness.
We haven't seen you in some time.
Not since you started calling yourself we.
Be respectful, sir.
I only do it sometimes.
You've always known where to find me. The National Forest needs constant attention.
Our Highness has more to do these days than build bird houses.
I don't suppose it's still around.
There's a colony of scissor-tail swallows from Sicily in it now. I've kept it well prepared.
The reason you were called. Could you take time off your work to form a new political party of communists?
I'd rather not, thanks just the same. Their philosophy doesn't seem to work out very well, especially in agricultural regions.
Oh, but you see, we wouldn't want the party to be successful, merely appear successful.
So America will loan us some money.
To save us from the communists? No, it's a trick. And even if the trick were successful, we wouldn't be saved. We'd have sold our honor. We'd have deliberately defrauded another nation.
Tully, your principles are magnificent. Meanwhile, I've got to save the duchy.
Save it from what?
Bankruptcy.
If it can be done honorably, it isn't worth doing.
Oh no.
Tully, what am I to do?
Why don't we just jack up the price of Pinot Grand Fenwick? There's a big demand for it.
Not anymore. An American vendor in a place called California is using our label, the picture of our castle, and selling it half our price.
They call it Pinot Grand Fenwick. They've ruined our economy.
What's the honorable course now?
A letter demanding into this fraud and prompt reparations.
We've sent such letters, they're ignored.
In that case, our demands being just, we'll just have to enforce them.
How?
We can't let them ruin us. If they won't listen to protests, we'll just have to declare war.
What?
A declaration.
Oh, I don't hold with surprise attacks.
Against the United States of America?
And to make sure there's no mistake about it, send it in registered mail. Return receipt request.
Tully, we've no weapons, no factories, no resources, and only 6,000 people.
But we're in the right.
Stop being so simple-minded and consider the consequences.
If they won't listen to negotiation, we'll have to fight regardless of the consequences.
Which are that we lose. If you'd study recent history, you'd realize that the consequences of losing a war to the United States would be... History shows this has to be considered.
Consider, what are you?
Pomegranate, Uncle?
If there's anything in heredity, you'll make the right decision. And I offer myself as the first volunteer.
You may have solved our problem, Tully. You really have. You're excused to your duties with mine, thanks.
It was really good to see you.
Good to remember how life used to be.
Well, he must be mad completely for up to the senses. He should be locked up as a raving lunatic.
I wouldn't say that. In fact, perhaps we will declare war.
Don't even joke about it.
I'm not joking.
It's hardly necessary to say we'd lose.
Of course we lose.
And think of the consequences.
We have to fight, regardless of the consequences. Mr. Bascom has convinced me.
Stop this irresponsible nonsense. These matters are much too
Important to be left to a girl whose main interest is pomegranates, but they are left to me, Uncle.
Tell me, you've been reading romantic accounts of military geniuses who defy all odds again, haven't you?
I've been studying the Medici, Metternich, Disraeli, politicians who had to live by their wits because we haven't much else, have we?
I don't care who you've been reading. I simply can't allow you to jeopardize...
And I think I also read a marvelous little handbook on government written by some Italian,
Italian.
full of practical suggestions, of interest, perhaps.
Machiavelli.
That's the one.
understand. You were saying something about the United States?
According to my understanding of history, there are few more profitable undertakings than to declare war on the United States
But Highness,
and to be defeated.
Profitable to be defeated.
The ink is no sooner dry on the surrender documents than the United States is rushing food, machinery, money, and technical aid to the former foe.
Yes, it never occurred to me that is what they do.
To avoid wrecking the former adversaries' economies, they extend generous credits and the most favorable trade agreements. And that's just the beginning.
are you sure about this?
Don't you recall after World War II, all they did for Germany and Japan? Now their economies are booming.
She's right. We declare war on Monday, be vanquished Tuesday, and rehabilitated beyond our wildest dreams by Friday night. I confess, Highness, when you were discussing this with Tully Bascom, you had me a bit worried.
Actually, he was making a pretty good suggestion.
Without even realizing it, the man's more idiotic than I thought.
He's so unsophisticated, he truly believes that right can prevail against any odds. It's an attitude that served us well in the 14th century when the French tried to invade. An attitude we'll have to assume as well with Bascom and everyone else.
Yes, quite right.
If anyone knew our real intentions...
Exactly.
Our next step will be to dispatch our declaration. For the duration of the emergency, I'm dissolving Parliament. For our battle cry, I suggest the appropriate slogan. Forward, regardless of the consequences. Attend to me while I draw up the documents.
Miss Johnson! Miss Johnson, I'm in a hurry.
Right with you, ma'am. Ma'am, I checked and you can get any of the shuttle flights between Washington and New York. But why don't you go with the president on his plane?
It attracts enough attention when the president suddenly flies to New York. If I go with them, not to mention the general in charge of weapons research, newspapers will know something's up.
General Snippet already left on a military plane.
Good. Then we'll all be going separately to Hope Mealy Laboratory. That's how much times have changed. An eccentric physicist refused to work anywhere but Columbia. And some of the president at a moment's notice.
But aren't there thousands of those military research projects?
Let's apply for a student, Miss Herring said. I should know. He hit me with it. But I think this was really up to something. He called the president this morning at 3 on his private line. All he actually said was, I have completed the experiment, Mr. President.
You mean worse than the H-bomb?
Don't mention that around me. Aspirin, bicarbonate, buffering, and 3 kinds of tranquilizers. After I leave, could you put these in my suitcase?
Yes, ma'am. But the mail desk, they decided to send the Parliament remedy the matter peaceably, does here and now, and by this presence, declare that a state of war exists between itself and the United States of America. This signature is followed.
Gloriana the 12th, Duchess of Grand Fenwick. Some must run a lot of trouble thinking of a name like that. The next I just don't understand. Inventor, leader delusionist party. And Mountjoy, leader anti-delusionist party.
Do you think the president might get a kick out of this one?
I don't know, he's a little edgy right now.
I don't know what his frame is. File it, or send it to the New Yorker.
Tell the truth, I'm a little edgy right now.
All I know, ma'am, is that when you get to Columbia, be careful.
I will, but I'm not as fast as I used to be. I just hope those students aren't restless tonight.
Close it up, lock it up. I'm expecting visitors.
Students?
No, nothing so unpredictable. Go take a walk.
Professor Puckett, do you know what's going on out there?
Oh, yes, they're finally showing an interest in what they think we're doing. Frankly, I'm thrilled. Well, it excites me. That's why working here is so stimulating. Well, I'll put you in for silver sum. Go.
Is everything all right?
Exactly! Hello. Oh,
A car came in while I was straightening the usual mess in your quarters. They're on their way now. 3 of them?
you're not supposed to know. You are a snoopy housekeeper, you are.
If I ever went over to the Russians.
What?
Your sandwich from the delicatessen.
Oh,
Thinking of who else coming, maybe I should pick up some cold cuts, potato salad, and a few dill pickles.
you know, they're not expecting a smoking. Is this pastrami?
With, if you'll excuse the expression, Russian dressing.
That's it.
Professor Crokins!
Oh, yes, please come in. Yes,
General Smith in charge of security. 2 members of my staff.
glad you can make it, yes.
That person who just left, who was it? Beth?
Oh, I don't know, Joe Rivers or something like that. I'm not serious. You see, when my assistant and I aren't going through security checks, we are supervising a team of research scientists who have just made you obsolete.
Yeah. What about her there, the one choking to death?
Oh, that's Mrs. Reiner. If she ever went to the Russians. What? I'm not serious. You see, she would never even need the bronchitis. Bronchus. Yes. You see, she's a member of my staff.
Afternoon, sir. The correct citation is Mr. President.
Good to see you. Yes.
Why didn't you put out a press release?
I'm sorry, sir. When I called the special line this morning, I didn't realize it was so early.
I told you to call the moment you had something.
Sir, anybody can just walk into this university. It's not just that it's located in the middle of New York City, but the only security is a student monitor in the hall.
Professor Kokens finds the atmosphere conducive to research.
And with the results to prove it.
General, these 2 whacks are always with you.
My name is Jill. I'm Debbie.
Daughters of some influential senator, you're seeing them as soft assignments.
Certainly not. I do not believe in that sort of thing. These are my daughters.
Well then, perhaps you'd stand in the hall. You wouldn't mind sentry duty.
We love sentry duty. He never lets us do anything. We keep applying for transfers.
Now, please, have a seat.
Don't be silly! I'm the secretary of state. Almost made without being recognized. Hello.
Let's proceed.
It is finished. Yes, the new computer the Navy loaned me was a great help. With the old one, it would have taken 2 years, but as it was, only a month. Well, of course, I was a year setting up the problem for the machine to solve, and I did have to work in hopes that a machine capable enough of solving it would be invented. But no, that's all water under the bridge now, isn't it? Ready? Voila! Beautiful, eh? Oh, yes, the mass difference of the nucleus is the greatest yet achieved.
Mass difference.
It's the amount of power released when the nucleus of an atom is split, right?
If we get into details, you'll either be confused or get the wrong impression.
In simple terms, then. What is it?
Quadium.
Great. They'll call it the Q-bomb.
Quadium is a form of hydrogen which has not existed in the universe for billions of years. Oh, you understand when I do say form of hydrogen that I am speaking for the layman.
Still speaking for the layman. What is its particular effect?
Ah, that is the point. You see, quadium was probably the substance which first started the Earth out as a flaming planet. Well, of course, the Earth still flamed for millions of years after the quadium was used up. Well, changed into a denser nuclei, that is. And obviously, the quadium on the surface of the sun was burned up eons ago.
But what does it do?
Oh. Well, I guess you could say quadium started these stupendous fires. Oh, and it is to the best of our knowledge that we have no more quadium left in the whole of space.
Then what's the point?
Except, I know I have some here somewhere, I think. No. No, that. No, for that sake. Oh. What's this? Never found so. I got it. Here. This is it. That cylinder.
This is
All? Perhaps in the universe.
But it's such a, I mean, what can you do with such a tiny, as a practical matter?
Oh, just incinerating an area of 2,000 square miles, perhaps more. Oh, well, you know how we scientists are. We can never be sure without trying.
1,000?
Oh, of course it's no danger now. I still have to fit it into a detonating device, which I must design especially.
Sir, he should be sent a safe distance before he's allowed to fool around with the detonating device.
I have told you, I will not leave Columbia.
There's no reason you should. What's the difference? There's no such thing as a safe distance now.
The quadium, please. Thank you. Now, I have told you all that you need to know. I return to the detonator.
Professor,
Yes.
just so I'm completely clear, the effect
If someone was so insane as to detonate quadium, the effect... Perhaps what you would expect if that portion of the Earth was placed in contact with the Sun for, a billionth of a second. Back to the detonator.
I better stick around here and start setting up some temporary security.
Better prepare some escape range set in case the process outside gets violent. And if it does, bring up Professor and his quadium.
there won't be any old-fashioned declarations of war after this. Anyone with a Q-bomb fires one shot and it's over.
Chief, they're saying me and tell you. Funny thing happened to the State Department before I left this morning. This letter came in. Absolutely ridiculous. It had this double-headed eagle on it. Maybe some other kind.
Raid, take cover! Air raid! It's the Americans! Air raid! Take to open field! Take to the cellars! It's the Americans! They're gone! They're here and we're all going to die!
No! If you won't think of yourself, think of us. Think of me. You? Yes, if you don't go down to the cellar, then how can I go down to the cellar? But they might start dropping.
All they could drop is tourists. That's Pan-American, the flight between Paris and Rome.
But that couldn't possibly be. Well, possibly.
Oh, of course, and right on time too.
Honestly, I thought once we declared war, the Americans would do something. Then we could just surrender. This waiting drives me crazy.
You're driving everyone crazy.
Perhaps we haven't quite risen to the occasion.
But if the Americans won't answer us on a thing, what can we do?
Escalate.
Escalate.
Serves them right too.
That's why I decided on it. We're going to invade.
Invade the United States?
Itself.
One moment. Something like that would make them very annoyed.
Exactly. Even a microscopic invasion would give them such a shock to assemble overwhelming power against us. Sea troops, ground troops, perhaps even air troops and bombs. Then they'll start feeling embarrassed. They may even be more generous than usual.
But suppose we really make them mad?
And suppose the leader of this demonstration gives the plot away. Once he's captured, they'll get the plan out of him.
That's why the leader has to be someone so sincere, so simple-minded, he truly believes he's out to defeat the United States.
Impossible! You simply couldn't fight anyone. Well, almost.
Tell me that. Can you report any progress?
Well, I've assembled the first volunteers, and I have a plan of sorts. What glory!
I've appointed Tully Bascom High Constable of our Expeditionary Forces.
The obvious choice, Your Highness.
You do realize the United States spends billions every year on ballistic missiles, atomic submarines, jet fighters.
I did not say I thought this would be easy.
Glory.
If you'd rather I turn to someone else. I
No,
suppose.
no, I'll do it. If that's what you want, that's what I can do. I mean, I can drive more home to the enemy. There's just one problem.
What problem?
How do we get there?
What a cheap slang belonging to a neutral nation.
Third class. After all, they are soldiers.
Then what are we supposed to do? Waltz through customs and present ourselves to the immigrations department.
We'll charter a small boat. Something can be found in Marseille.
An ordinary Marseille fishing boat fits right to my plan.
Tell us how you'll succeed.
The situation suggests a commando operation with automatic arms. We'll infiltrate Washington, D.C. either at night or in disguise. Well, their capital's full of dignitaries, and we'll seize the highest we can find as hostages, then retire to our boat and demand an investigation of our grievances.
I'm not sure I like this plan.
It's a wonderful plan. I only want to make a few changes.
Can we discuss this privately?
That's unnecessary. First, instead of Washington with all those dignitaries, a more worthy object would be their largest city, New York.
New York City?
And no disguises. We're not thieves. The boat should display the colors of Grand Fenwick, and so should the men. As you march ashore proudly, in broad daylight.
That doesn't leave much chance for surprise.
You dare question your sovereign?
One thing more. We can't afford automatic rifles. We'll have to depend instead on our traditional weapon.
The longbow? Now, wait a
It was
minute.
good enough for your ancestors.
The job too much for you?
I just want to get this straight. We're to show the colors of Grand Fenwick as we march ashore in broad daylight and attack New York City with bows and arrows.
That's right, Tully.
Very well, Your Highness. We'll do our best.
Brilliant plan, Your Highness. If I had any reservations considering the plot, you have completely removed them.
What a strategist.
Our first volunteers are waiting outside for you to show yourself, Your Highness. They'll need all the inspiration they can get.
Sounds like a good part of the population is out there, too. I have excellent hearing, you see.
I suppose on an inspiration too, Glory. Can I have your favorite to carry?
Of course, anything.
How about your scarf? So that every moment of the expedition, you'll be with me. I wear a honor of your service.
Oh, I want you to have it. Tully, we have to serve our country, but people serve in different ways. I want you to remember that no matter how things turn out, it's for Grand Fenwick.
And glory on it. We'll do our best.
Come
This is your Music and News. News and music station broadcasting from the Empire State Building, New York City. A new wave of demonstration at Columbia University seems to be reaching a new climax as students protest what they claim is a secret weapons research project being carried out for the Defense Department. The university administration would neither confirm nor deny the charge. Meanwhile, the protest demonstrations appear to be growing. Before we go back to the music, here's a slight bit of audio from our news desk. The ocean liner, the United States, reported that shortly after clearing the New York harbor this morning, they sighted what seemed to be a small French fishing vessel flying a killer and unknown flag. They called on a loud mailer asking for her to identify herself and were answered by a flight of arrows. Yeah, flying arrows. And I was worried about those new orbital bombs.
One, two, 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 halt! Right there, men of friends and family, I've led you to the heartland of our enemy. We're in New York City. As far as I can tell, our exact location is the intersections of the roads Broadway and number 161!
My, the 160 roads? What is even more?
Silence in the ranks!
Hey guys, target's the new lab. There's a code. Pass it on, okay? Change. Great idea.
We're taking this seriously. You're telling us about a target. What have we done? People giving us feeds. Crazy looking people. Long hair. Like it, some sort of druid.
We'll give them a belly full of war just as soon as we can find their arm.
Instead of warning shots, I should have winged those two just now. Look at all those castles. All those castles, Tully. It'll take a lot of storming.
Anyone too faint-hearted for the service of Gloriana can go back and wait with the guard on the boat.
Look, Tully. All I said is I should take a lot of storming.
Tony, there's a vehicle coming up the road that looks military.
Form up, men!
Tommy car.
Steady, men.
The driver's definitely a soldier.
You two men. That's right, too. Shoot out their front tires. We'll give supporting fire if necessary. But we want them alive. Forward for Fenwick! Forward!
Why don't they shoot? This time doesn't offer much target.
Steady, men. Fire! Go! He likes what's bad! Shoot off his cap! Hey! We got him! Yes! Bring him here!
They're maniacs! Psychopaths!
Hey, check it out. These two are girls.
Get off! Touch it!
Don't get 20 years with hard labor in solitary confinement!
Why?
Why? You're interfering with army children that you almost caused a crash of... Oh my heaven.
Careful.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, yeah, I said, yes, are you shooting something from Williamtown?
Actually, we're commencing hostilities with the United States. You're our first prisoners of war.
Commencing hostilities?
Boys, protest all you want. And dissent. I believe in dissent. But you are not commencing hostilities. This is not war.
Oh, it's war, all right. You'll be treated in accord with the Geneva Convention.
Obviously, you don't understand. This is serious business. It's vital to the security of our
The
nation.
security of the United States.
Don't say any more.
About what?
My name is Jill Snippet. My serial number is 65541. My number is 76621.
Don't be silly, girl. I'm just trying to make these cutouts understand. I hacked the professor to the helicopter.
A general escorting a professor. The security of the United States.
You're not students, are you?
Sir, if your vehicle would have crashed, what would have exploded?
Who are you? I demand.
Tully Baxcombe, High Constable of the Expeditionary Forces of Grand Fenwick.
One more thing, sir. I don't have time to keep up with these things. I hardly have time for papers. Was there a reason for declaring war?
Over wine?
What better reason?
Over wine. What better reason?
Sir,
Yes.
are you carrying explosives?
This? No. This is an
I'm
experiment.
going to have to examine it.
Don't touch me.
Rise of war!
Hold it gently, please.
Is it a weapon?
It's chemical.
Well, it's just chemical. So what is it?
All right, it's a bomb.
Such a small ball.
That small bomb if it were to explode would blow up all of New York, and Philadelphia, and Boston, and Baltimore too, but who needs Baltimore anyway?
Use mine, Tully. I don't think so.
2 hands on it. Yeah.
Well, why would you build such a bomb?
You see, that bomb is so powerful, it makes war out of the question. You see, it's a peace weapon.
Well, that makes sense. Well, Grand Fenwick is so small, we could use such a peace weapon. Fall in! We're going to march back to the river.
You don't need that one.
They made it! You're now turning the alarm and you'll never get away with this!
Maybe. Back in line!
Move it,
Right face.
Citizens, do something! They can't march around the river! A boat! Call the heads of the district!
1, 2,
Call the city government! Tell them General Snippet! Citizens, get involved for your country!
1, 2,
Carefully, sir. Hands on man.
Look at that.
You said there was coming up here.
They want me. Yeah, the lawsuit. Call the 6th Army.
Miss Wilkins, close the window. It sounds like the parades have been right into the White House.
Yes, Mr. President.
Still no response.
Sir, they're waiting for you with your viewing stand. If you don't go soon, you're going to miss all of it.
The tamper-proof line Director Copeland's quarters isn't doing a bit of good. He hasn't answered all day.
Probably spending all his time in the laboratory. Shall I put a regular call through from there?
No, I don't want to have to go through the campus switchboard. I put a call through to General Snippet, and he doesn't answer either. His staff hasn't seen him since the campus demonstrations.
They're really getting out of hand this time. There is a report that some of the students were wearing armor.
They never should have let the professor continue such sensitive work at Columbia.
You really should go to the reviewing stand. I mean, it's the best Armed Forces Day parade ever. It restores confidence, you know?
I can't leave now. Secretary of State's armor.
I have half a mind to open up that window so that you can hear the tremendous display you're missing.
Sure, military power worth billions, but not as powerful as this much of a form of hydrogen. Now you understand when I say a form of hydrogen that I am speaking for the layman. Of course.
And, you know, gosh, was she supposed to be here?
I don't know. She said she'd be here by now.
Oh, well, okay. You have the appointment at 2 with Copeland's, but I guess we can't go over because that's canceled. What about that?
hasn't answered all day.
Maybe he's holed up his laboratory. Have the FBI look and see on him.
I called the FBI in about 4 hours ago. I've already received a preliminary report from them, but it's just trifles. Vandalism in Colombia during the uprisings. A peculiar flag, not a flagpole, and this ridiculous report from a civilian. That kind of thing.
I want to see about that particular flag myself. Could you see Miss Wilkins' cafeteria brought in for me? This will take a while.
Miss Wilkins, bring in a chair.
One moment, Mr. President.
So ridiculous, I don't know where to begin. A small shield was found on the street in New York after the demonstration. It was sent to the museum. Sorry for that. It was sent to the museum for identification, but they didn't know anything about it. They're hoping that the State Department might recognize it.
I have so much on my mind, Veston.
Please, a Middle European specialist identified it as the crest of Grand Fenwick, some tiny Dutchman found it in the 14th
That's
century.
interesting, but...
Then I remember where I'd seen that crest before on this document that came in.
Never mind, Veston.
Mr. President, we are at war with Grand Fenwick. We've been at war with them for weeks, and apparently our forces invaded our country in New York and left her in the outset at Columbia.
You're out of your mind.
I was beginning to think so too. What did that peculiar flag look like? The one up the university flagpole.
A bird with 2 heads.
The crest of Grand Fenwick.
No.
My secretary's trying to locate their declaration of war. Had the identical crest on it.
You've seen such a document?
I thought it was a joke. The boys in the press room.
Yes, I probably would have too. So, do these people have some reason, or are they crazy?
Apparently, we threatened their livelihood.
We did.
I've had a fresh investigation underway since this morning. It seems this country depends on a particular export of some wine. And the chief outfit of California sent a trip off of it, stole their label and everything. They have a point, all right.
But we're a reasonable nation. Why couldn't they try a sensible approach?
They did. They sent several valid aircraft.
What happened?
They were sent to California winemakers to comment. And they used them in an ad campaign on questionable taste, saying their product was so similar that it brought official protest.
Oh, no.
We don't look so good this time, Chief. A tiny gutsy with military equipment out of the 14th century.
Miss Wilkins, open the window again. Just as if possible for this nation to be invaded by 14th century Europeans.
It's tremendous. The most powerful military display I've ever seen.
That Fenwick country could get away with mail and protests over a few knickknacks, but they never get away with even a token invasion. I tell you that they could hardly get across the ocean, I bet.
Maybe. I don't know. These people, they've got a lot on their mind.
Sorry, sir, but an FBI messenger just brought this in. He said it's the first definite clue considering General Snippet.
Thank you. Wonder what on earth. But as soon as we locate Snippet, we'll know where Coke is.
What is it?
Where was this found?
The grounds keeper at Columbia University.
Thank you. Veston, would you say this arrow looks 14th century European?
Well, it certainly doesn't look 20th century Sears and Roebuck to me. Sir, I'm trying to make you see what's happened here.
We've been invaded by men carrying bows and arrows. They've either captured or killed General Snippet. They can. Sure. Miss Wilkins, did he say where in Columbia this was found?
He said by one of the laboratory buildings.
Laboratory? You don't suppose they captured Kokins and he finished with the work, with Snippet out of the way.
Chief, the direct line to Kokins.
Thank heavens. Hello, Kokins. You have to talk loud. There's so much noise here. What's that? Who is this? Answer me. This is the president. How should I know who it is? Mrs. what is the professor? He's disappeared. Can you tell me when he disappeared? During the demonstrations. Thank you for calling. How should I know what you should do with the sandwiches? Eat them yourself.
Sir, should I close the window? The farmer formations will be coming over soon.
What's the difference? That country cap has captured Kokens and the Q-bomb, and if they finish, and if he fitted it with that detonator, that little duchy is the most powerful country in the world.